What's good? Oscar Rodriguez, aka Masterpeace, owner, founder, Chozencreators. Yeah, so the previous videos I kind of like described exactly, what I'm doing. I'm trying to 2013, Zane's Masculine Rise. Let me just show you a little bit of it. I'm gonna show you the book right here. So this time around I wrote it, you could say, I think it was like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had a passion. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else, when they have the little, the brands and stuff, they have the imagination, they have this type of vision of what they want to succeed. Um, I had it, and I was excited about it. I love, you know, drawing these type of characters, making my own version of or like a type of story that I'm trying to work on, like with my type of creativity and stuff. I always love the type of like dark fantasies, the animes, um, drawing some type of monsters or like drawing some type of heroes and but with a message, like with a purpose, you know what I mean, with a flavor, like what's hot, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, it didn't go through because I used a publisher, right? Uh continued life, continued life. I let it be. But within I think like 4 years ago, I think during the time my son was born, I decided to relive it. It sparked in me, you know what I mean? Because that book, the 2013 book, talks about the mark of light. It just, the mark of light, you could consider it kind of like a Jedi, you know what I mean? Or a very divine self that empowers himself and, but he was like a mark of light, right? So that's basically kind of like the moral of the story of that particular character I'm working on. But I kind of changed it up a bit, you know what I mean? Because as I pick up the old pieces, I figured, all right, you know, I love to draw, I love to tell stories. This is what I love to do for a living. You know what I mean? And I would love to, create that stuff again. Make it more flair. I watch movies, I see other creators, I get inspired, right? So as me getting inspired with all these things, I've been in the lab. I've been, whew, my gosh, man, hours, time just drawing, redrawing the stuff, rewriting the stuff, making a different type of theme. You know what I mean? It just became even more beautiful for creation, and I am 100% gonna make this happen. And that's probably the moral of the video. You know what I mean? 2013 Zane's Masculine Rise. Pretty soon you will get the title. I'll let you guys know the title. I already got my page.
It's about